What's good YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul. Welcome to a brand new video. In this one we're going to talk about Logic's brand new tool, Mastering Assistant. You can think that Mastering Assistant is your own personal mastering engineer that will add that polish and finished touch to your mix. To load in the mastering plugin, you got to go to your stereo out track, and underneath all your audio effects you'll notice this new slot over here that says mastering. All you got to do is click that, and then the Mastering Assistant will analyze your session and then give you a mastered output. So let's go ahead and just click that. Logic will analyze the session, and just like that, your track is mastered. So the Mastering Assistant will look at your entire session and master based off that. But if you do have a cycle selected, it's going to look at that and apply the master as best fitting for that section, which would basically apply for the entire track. Now, I do recommend applying it to your chorus, the loudest part of your track, but you can go in and dive deeper and just edit away if you want to make some minor adjustments or big adjustments. It's up to you. So on the top left-hand corner, you can choose a character for your master. There are 4 options. You got clean, valve, punch, and transparent. The clean algorithm is for those tracks that you typically want a clean master, but you still want that punch to punch through the mix. Sort of for tracks like EDM, anything that needs that punchiness to it, the clean one is the way to go. If you are a hip hop or trap producer, you may want to try out the character valve. This algorithm will give you a deep low end and crispy highs, typically good for rap, hip hop, trap type of music. If you are into rock music, you will want to try out the punch character mode. This algorithm will give you that aggressive yet subtle emphasis on the mid-range frequencies. And finally, the transparent character is an algorithm inspired by modern and tight sounding compressors. Basically, this one is your sort of overall blanket for all genres. I personally like the transparent one. I like the way it sounds. Right underneath that, you have your EQ correction that the Mastering Assistant applies to your entire master. So basically it listens to your track and fixes, hey, it's a little too loud here, a little too low here, let's boost that, let's attenuate that. But you can go in and refine it and adjust it. You can boost or attenuate your lows. You can do the same thing for your mids and your highs if you want to adjust that. And you can turn it on and off by A/Bing it by using the custom EQ button right here. You can also increase the amount of EQ correction or decrease the amount of EQ correction that the Mastering Assistant applies to your track by using this slider right here. You can boost it or lower it. You can basically think that this slider is your mix slider for the EQ portion of the Mastering Assistant. Over on the right-hand side of the track, we have our dynamic section. So this typically is your loudness of your track. You got metering for loudness as well right here. All the important ones when it comes to mastering. When your loudness knob right here is pointed to 12 o'clock, this typically registers a LUFS of -14. And this is typically where you want to be at for streaming services. But of course, not everything is for streaming services, so you can adjust the amount of loudness that you need for your medium. The Excite button right here will add saturation to the upper mid frequencies, just giving it that sparkle, if you will. And then you have the spread section over here, and this basically is your control for how wide your masters will be. So if you push your width knob over to the right, the track will get wider. If you push it to the left, you'll create a mono mix. And next to that, you have a correlation meter, which tells you if your track is in phase or not. So the Mastering Assistant did push some width to our master. Now you'll notice that the correlation meter is pushing closer to the right side. This is good. It means your track is in phase. If it's getting closer to 0 or into the left portion, -1, then that means your track is out of phase and it's not going to be mono compatible. So when it comes to mastering, louder typically means it sounds better, but there's one nifty feature here that gives you loudness compensation. So you can hear what has changed, but a level match to what your mix is at. So this is at our mix level, but it's applying all of the processes to it without pushing up the volume. And if you do make changes to your mix along the way, you're gonna want to reanalyze the section or your session just to make sure that the Mastering Assistant is reading your session properly after you made those changes. Very important thing to do because things can change a little bit when it comes to phase, volume, EQ. So that's everything you need to know about Logic's new tool, Mastering Assistant. Definitely something that you can just easily bring into a mix, so you can quickly export it and make sure it's all nice and loud when you get into your car and you want to listen to your mix, or your clients want to listen to it, whatever it is. Now, this is not going to fix your mix in general. So if you do have a poor mix, it's not going to translate to a good master. So if your mix is nice and balanced, this is going to sound great. But if it's not, this is not going to sound good. It's not like a miracle plugin that's going to turn your mixes into something incredible. That's not what this plugin is. It just takes your mix and makes it sound clean, polished, and ready for streaming services or whatever medium you're sending it off to. If you have a question on this or just want to chat, let's talk in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.